fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to kit up another project. Last time I was kitting up the small project to see how it worked with my trays. This is the project that I'm going to be doing for June, which is my shaman for the DP for Pets diamond paint along. In case you missed it, and I will try to remember to post something in the Facebook group, this is just going to be a diamond paint along this year for DP for Pets because of the craziness that is the world of shipping right now. So we're just going to do a diamond paint along, and I'm also going to post a poll. I meant to do it yesterday, but I didn't get around to it. I'm going to post a poll on the YouTube channel so that you guys can vote on what we want our theme to be for August. So we're going to do pets for June for the theme, and then we'll do skip July and we'll do a theme for August. And I've got 5 or 6 of them picked out, I think, so you guys can vote on which one you would like to do for August. So this kit, I'm going to be using my Elizabeth Ward trays, and I already messed up. What I usually do, because I get into a routine when I do all this kind of stuff to set up to film and everything, what I usually do is cut everything apart and separate it by DMC, which is what I did. However, what I should have done, and what somebody pointed out, was because I kit up the Elizabeth Ward not necessarily by DMC, but by amount of drills, I should have just done it in the order that Diamond Art Club put them in there. But also there's something weird too, because if you look here, I've got 2 bags, well, 2 colors that have 2 bags each. So here's the numbers for this 938. But then one of my sleeves, the numbers look like this. So I don't know if you can see that, the 798. It's different. I don't know why it's smaller. I think it's a different font or something, and it's smaller size. It's like almost like I got 2 sleeves from the original kit and then 1 sleeve from a different kit. I don't know. You can see it here on the 2 ABs too. Like this is the smaller one. Hopefully you can see that. And then this is the larger one. So just odd. I mean, it doesn't make any difference. I have all the colors that I need, but I just thought it was odd. So I think I've got everything set up and ready to go. I've got my funnel. This is from Sasha's 3D Printing. You just find her group on Facebook and then you send her a private message and she will hook you up. I've already gone through and picked out what colors I have for ABs for this kit. This is a round, so when we get to those, as I'm going through, I will talk about those. The one I don't have marked is I have some of these leftover copper ones that I bought from DP with Sparklers. I think I bought these for Jules and Vern, but I can't remember honestly, because I thought Jules and Vern was a square, but it might have been a round. Anyway, I have these left over and I thought maybe it would do to like do some of the little metal pieces like on the bridle and the horse's tack, but I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. There's not a specific color, so I may just decide where I want to put it. Or I may decide not to use it at all. So these 2 that I have 2 bags of, I already have my stickers on, so I can just kit up both of these. And I don't think I have much static in these. When I was cutting everything apart, it doesn't look like it. Okay, and I knew that 2 bags would fit in, ooh, it's a little full, but I knew they would fit in this size. All right, and then the other one I have is my 310, which only 2 bags of. One of the reasons I had been avoiding this kit was because I thought there was going to be a lot of 310. So only 2 bags is much more approachable than what I thought it was going to be. And those are the only 2 colors that I have multiple bags of. So everything else, some are in these small bags like this, and then other colors are in these bigger bags. So I think what I'm going to do is go through and find all the small bags and do those first. We'll see if I have enough of these, and then I'll move up to this size for some of the bigger bags, because like I said, I don't have any more. I don't have any more colors that I have multiple bags of, so I don't even know if I'm going to use any of these. So I'm just going to start with the small ones here. So we'll start with the 2 ABs. I'm excited to see how this one works out. There were a bunch of you who said that you had done this one and that you thought it turned out really, really well. So I'm excited to see how this one goes. Okay. I'm constantly cleaning off my little white tablecloth here. I put a tablecloth over the black table because the table was too reflective and I kept getting weird glares when I was filming. So I had this white tablecloth and I put it on, but I've washed it. I need to iron it, I guess, but I don't own an iron anymore. That was one of the things that did not make the trip with us. So, all right, let me see if I can find these smaller bags here. Okay, there's these 6. I think the rest of them will all go in the bigger containers here. So what have I got here? 318, oh, and 317. And 318 is one that I actually have an AB of. So there aren't very many drills. Nope, that's the wrong one. I don't have a ton of, those are not the same color. So I feel like these 414 match better, but I also have 414. So do I want to use these? Because I wanted to use these up, the 318, but they don't really work. Maybe if I just sprinkle them in, you'll never know. We'll see. I'm going to leave it marked that way, and then I'll decide as I go along if I really want to use them or not. It depends on where they are in the canvas, because sometimes you can tell just by looking at the image, okay, that'll be a good place to add something sparkly. And then you look at someplace else and you're like, I don't know if that's a good place to add something extra. All right. So there's those. Then what do I have? 321, 336. I have some other ones that maybe could go in these small ones, but for now, I think I'd rather put them in the bigger ones than worry that I'm going to run out of these small ones, which I'm not going to run out. I have 4 other Elizabeth Ward trays that I could pull from, as I have 6. So I have this one here, and then I have another one that is currently filled with my afternoon tea. So I have 4 empty ones that I could use to pull extra little ones from if I need it. But for now, I'm just going to do it this way. So I've got, this is 413. I've got 414 marked that I have an AB for it. So let me grab that one and see if they match. 414. Okay, those match pretty well, so I can keep that one. I'm gonna cut these off so I just have the stickers here. This has a little bit of a crimp in it from being folded up so long inside the kit itself. I've had it resting underneath some heavy books for several days, but it still wants to crimp back up every time I take it out from underneath the books. So I guess it's just going to stay that way. All right, so now I have 4 of the tiny ones left. Okay, I think I've got 5 more that could go in these tiny ones. So I'm just going to do these. Whoops, I need to put the stickers on them first. So this is 666, my favorite red. So of course I have ABs for that one. Let me put the sticker on here, which I forgot to do. I got so excited. Getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so this goes in here. And then I've got 728 and 762. And then 798. Okay, and then I probably will start backwards from the end and work on kitting up all of the ones that will be in the bigger containers. And we'll see how I get along there, because I think I may need to go get some more of this size container rather than this size. Okay, and this is the last small size one of the first row. And then I will start from the end, because they're already out of DMC order because I did the 310 and the 938 in this size. Okay, so these are going to go in this size. So I've got 5 of these. So let me start from the end here. So 3861 is one that I have ABs of. I don't know, this is again another one that I don't know if I'll use. They're not exactly the same color. And also I have a feeling this is going to go on some of the horses itself. And of course for like fur and skin, that sort of thing, I'm not going to use ABs for that, just like humans get. I think that will look weird, but I'll leave it in my pile. Maybe I'll use it. And I actually have used up quite a few of my more common ABs, I will say. I still have a lot of ABs left, but they seem to be colors in kits that I just don't get a lot for whatever reason. Like the grays and browns, obviously you're going to see in a lot of kits, but those are pretty much getting used up, like I said. Okay, so 38, 57. I need to learn my numbers again, apparently. And 3830. Okay. So we'll get these 3 going and get those kitted up. My days have been off all week. My husband, I think it was Thursday, kept thinking it was Saturday. Friday, I kept thinking it was Saturday, which I'm glad it wasn't because that would have made my weekend a whole lot shorter. It's kind of weird because last weekend was a long weekend here in Canada for Victoria Day, but this weekend is Memorial Day in the States, which I find kind of funny because Victoria's birthday is actually May 24th. So it seems kind of funny that they move it around in Canada instead of just having it on the 24th. Although Memorial Day moves around every year, so it's always on a Monday. So I get that part, I guess. I just assumed it would be closer to her actual birthday, so I thought it would be the same day as Memorial Day in the States, since the 24th is today. So now, going backwards, I need to do the 3700s. 3772, 3799. Now see, this is probably one that I could fit in the small, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. Am I going to put it in here? Nope, you know what? I'm going to go put these away because I don't think I'm going to need this size, and I'm going to go grab more of these and more of the small ones, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to wait on those because those are going to go in a different spot. So I'm going to still start from the end here. 3778. I'm going to move that one to the end too. So 3746 and 3733 are going to go in these small ones here. The number 2 size. I'm going to call the little tiny ones number 1. These are number 2. The next one is up is number 3, and then the super big ones are number 4. Just because I keep trying to say small, medium, large, extra large. Maybe that's what I should do. So I'm going to use the medium-sized ones for this. So I'm pretty sure they'll all fit in there. Yeah, that was a pretty big bag, and it fit in there just fine. So these will be plenty big enough for all the colors I have left, because I don't think any of these bigger bags are super full. And I have, I think it was 52 colors when I looked at this, because I always look to see how many colors there are before I decide which system I'm going to use to kit it up. So 3609 is actually one that I have an AB for, but it is currently with my afternoon tea kit. So hopefully I will finish that one before I get started on this one. And I will remember to put it with this one. Otherwise I'll be doing like I did with the snowman or whatever one it was where I had them marked and then decided not to use them, and then I confused myself. I don't need any help confusing myself, that's for sure. Okay, I love these pink colors, especially this like berry magenta color here. So pretty. And then 3371 and 3326. So I'm making some good progress here. It's going pretty quick. And I do stop to clean up as I go. Same thing with the kitchen. I can't, if my area gets too messy, I have to move things around because it just makes me crazy. So like instead of leaving a big pile of trash with all the empty bags and stuff for the very end, I bring my trash can over here and I throw them away as I go, because otherwise it just makes me crazy. Crazier, I should say. Okay. So that's a full row. Now, where am I at as far as numbers go? See, now this was confusing because these were in 2 different sleeves. So I've got 2 bags of 779. So I probably need one of those bigger ones that I just got rid of. Why? And one's the old type font and one's the new one. Why did they do it that way? Am I going to have a lot of 779 left over because I don't really need that much? I'm going to do all of these in this size. So let's see, 939 and 823. Let me get some of these stickers put on here. 939, 823. Oops. 79. I've got them all out of order. 797. And then 779. Do I want to try and put it in this middle size, or do I want to wait and see if I need a bigger one, since I actually have 2 bags of it? I mean, the bigger bag is not as full as the 939. Ooh, is this all going to fit in there? Ooh, that's pretty close. That is very close. I'm going to lose one there. Okay, let me move it over so the lid will close. That one is packed full. And I don't think either bag has that much in it. I might try it in this size and see if it works. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised that it actually fits. Or maybe I'll be annoyed because I have to go get a bigger size. See, that's only about half full, so I think I'm gonna try it. So I've got 2 colors left in that color. So I've got all of those left. I have 3 of these left, so I'm probably gonna have to go get some more of these. So 779 and 758. Pretty sure the 758 will go in there, but we'll see about the 779. Okay, so it's only about half full, so let's see if I can get this other bag in there. So I got it in there. Is it going to go all the way in though? Ugh, it isn't. Come on. And of course I spilled them everywhere trying to get them to fit in. Okay, at least they weren't staticky. Okay, let me just see if I can finagle these in here with just tapping them in. Come on. Okay, make sure I can close it. Ta-da, they all fit. Okay, that makes me happy, even though I spilled them everywhere. So now that I have 3 of those left, and I'm probably going to need more than 3. So let me start from the other end again, and let's see. Okay, so all of these need to go in the smaller ones from the end. Okay, I've got 2 bags, 3 bags from the beginning. So let me do those first. So I've got 340, 355, and 550. And I'm going to see if they fit into these smaller ones. I know it seems like I'm jumping around as far as colors go, but I promise it will make sense at the end when I show you the tray. Okay, so 340. Again, I had to do some cleanup in between because it just makes me crazy to have all of these empty bags just floating around everywhere. So I'd rather just get them thrown away in the trash so I don't have to worry about them. Oh, I don't know if that was static or I just didn't get them all down. Didn't seem staticky. Okay. All right, then 550. And then I'm going to need some more stickers to get these put on here. Because you can see some of these, like these 900 ones, have almost no drills in them. All right, what number is that? 900, 945. Probably the ones that I have left here. I did not have very many ABs that I could add to these though, as you're noticing. That's why I was saying that a lot of these, even though I have a lot of round ABs, I just don't have the colors that I need. I probably also need to go back through my spare drill storage because if I don't have any ABs of that color, the empty bag is in with the spare drills, just the regular spare drills. But I don't know, I think I did it one time, but I don't know if I've done it since. I went through and pulled out a lot of the ABs, but I don't know if I pulled out all of them. There's probably a few hiding in there that I don't realize I have because they're still in those boxes and not in the binders where I'm currently keeping all my ABs. Okay, this one, this beautiful pink here, is actually one that I have an AB of, and I may just substitute the AB for this one because I feel like it's one of the decoration colors and it's a light color, so it probably won't look weird. It shouldn't be on any of the animals or anything for me to sub it in, so definitely going to keep that one as an AB. All right, then what have we got here? 992, 993, 3772. Get all the stickers put on here. I love these teal colors, but I don't get very many of them. And 3772. Did I already do that one? Okay, now I'm super confused because I don't have a sticker for 3372. No, 3772. Gosh, I confuse myself so often. I have 3776, but I don't have 3772. And I haven't already used it. So is this like a spare color? Weird. Okay, So I'm going to set that one aside and figure out what to do with that one after I get done with everything else. Because I've already done all the 3700s in the bigger bags. And I double checked my tray to make sure that I didn't already have it in my tray. And I didn't. Curiouser and curiouser. All right, 3. Oh, you guys, I'm such a dingbat. It's right here. You probably all were yelling at me while I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, weren't you? Being like, hey, it's right there, ding dong. See, this is why I clean up as I go, because I do this and I confuse myself unnecessarily. Okay, 3776. Then I think I only need 2 more of this extra small, and then I'm going to have to go get some more of the small containers. Wait, no, I decided this was small, medium, large, and extra large. One of these days I'll remember. Well, I'm glad I figured that out with that color because that was going to bother me. All right, so I need these two, 3799 and 3814. So I'm getting close to being done. I'll do these two, and then I'll start from the back with those again. So they'll be in somewhat alphabetical order. Not alphabetical, DMC order, but also in order of number of drills, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't. Like I said, I confuse myself a lot. Wouldn't surprise me at all to know that I confuse you guys too. Okay, so that's almost 2 complete rows of the small size. So now I'm going to use the medium, and I'm going to start from the back. So what have I got here? This is an older kit, but some of these stickers aren't completely cut all the way through. I'm having to kind of yank them apart where it didn't cut cleanly all the way around them. Not a big deal, but at least I got the stickers. Okay, pretty sure all of these are going to fit in this medium size. But then I need to go get 3 more possibly. I might see if I can fit the last one in that, but we'll see. Okay, this is my last AB that I have picked out for this one. The drills are a little bit lighter, but that's okay. Once I put on the ABs, you won't be able to tell. And this is a bigger bag, so it likely won't be a 1-for-1 sub. It'll just be me throwing some random ones in to add a little sparkle to the kit. So I need 2 more of the medium-sized containers. And then, well, I might grab 3. I'm going to put 155. I'm going to see if it will fit in this last small container. Because it's not the same size bag as all the other ones, I'm going to be going and grabbing a couple of the medium ones anyway. Oh, see, I think that'll fit in there. Yeah. It's a little full, but that's okay. Okay, so that's that. I have 3 of these, so I need 3 more. Okay, so I've got all the stickers put on. I've got my last 3 bags of color here. All these purples are going to be so pretty. And I'm so excited that this one is around, I can't tell you. Not only was I avoiding it for so long because I thought it was going to be a ton of black, but I thought for sure it was a square. And once I don't know why I thought it was a square. I mean, I have it all written down on my spreadsheet, what everything is, but I had it in my head it was a square and I just never double checked it. So yeah, okay. Last one. I probably could have put that one in a small one, but that's okay. Okay, now that my mess is cleaned up here, so here you can see all the beautiful colors. Yes, there's some dark. There's quite a few dark browns and some black, but only 2 bags. That's nothing. I've got all these pretty pinks and purples. The horse itself is kind of a blackish color, black and gray, so I have lots of those, but it's going to be lots of shading. And then some of these lighter colors in the background, the pinks and the purples, and of course the 2 ABs that came with it, and then all the ABs that I'm going to be adding. So I think I have 1 more in addition to what you see here that I'm going to add in as well to make this a kit. And then of course, like I said, I don't know exactly if I'll use these, but I have these metallic ones. I think I have some gold ones too, but I thought the copper would look a little bit better with the color scheme of this. So maybe some down here in the little sash or whatever that is, maybe in the ring here, something. I'll figure out something to do. But so I've got all of these to add in to this beautiful painting that I'm going to be doing. And I put it in my Elizabeth Ward I am working on the kit that I kitted up into the trays, but I don't know if I like the tray bricks because they have the lids that just hinge up. That part is nice rather than have to peel them all the way off like I've been doing with the cat proof. But somebody said the Forever Young trays are better in their opinion because they're clear. I don't know. I need to do some more research and really stop and think instead of just being like, oh, someone told me about this. I'll just buy this and see what I think is going to work for me. So leave me a comment down below and let me know if it bothers you to have them in the trays where you can't really see the colors, or if you prefer having them in some sort of format like this with the Elizabeth Ward. I mean, I like this format, but I also use my bottle cases a lot. And if I stop and think about it, I really can't see a lot of the colors in the bottle cases because the bottles are down in the case. But I don't know. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.